Most race cars are boring, using 4 wheels and big wings to go faster, but these are the most insane race cars in history, from land speed cars to vans and even this thing. This is the DeltaWing, a race car designed for efficiency. It's only 2 feet wide at the front, has 2 sets of headlights, and unlike the cars it raced against, it didn't have any wings. Originally designed as a new generation of IndyCar, the DeltaWing was unveiled at the 2010 Chicago Auto Show, and it used a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine making 350 horsepower. It even competed at Le Mans in 2012, though it retired less than halfway through the race. While most race cars make do with 4 wheels, the Tyrell P34 had 6. The 4 front wheels help aerodynamics by being smaller, and they gave more grip too. They were pretty successful with 14 podiums and 30 races, and other teams began rushing to copy the idea. Unfortunately, they were too complicated and over time became less competitive. F1 rules were later changed to mandate cars have exactly 4 wheels. I know this video is about race cars, but how about a race van? In 1971, Ford built the Super Van, the body from a first-generation transit van plopped on top of a GT40 chassis, complete with a 400 horsepower V8. With 150 mile/hour top speed, it was a beast, and eventually Ford came out with Super Van 2, then 3, and more recently the Super Van 4, now powered by electrons. With 2,000 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, it actually competed at the 2023 edition of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. This is the Braam BT46B, the only Formula 1 car with a perfect win record. Designed by the legendary Gordon Murray, Braam entered the BT46B at the 1978 Swedish Grand Prix with Niki Lauda at the wheel. He won the race, beating that year's eventual world champion Mario Andretti by over 30 seconds. See that round bit at the back? The part that looks like a giant fan? It's a fan. The whole car is actually a giant vacuum, using a drive shaft off the engine to turn a huge fan at the back that sucked the air out from under the car. It went around corners faster than seemed physically possible, but the other teams complained, and Braam withdrew the car from competition after just 1 race, and 1 win. It wasn't an entirely new idea though, as 8 years earlier in America, the Chaperel 2J was racing in the Can-Am Championship. Compared to other cars of the era, it looked not great, but it too was a vacuum cleaner, nowadays known as a fan car, and could achieve amazing speeds around tighter corners. It managed to compete an entire season and did win a race, but its twin fans were actually driven by a second engine, which was air-cooled and designed for a snowmobile. It overheated a lot. Land speed racing is different. Many of the cars don't look anything like what you would even call a car, more like streamlined rocket ships with wheels. Some use gas engines, some electric motors, and the really fast ones use jet engines. They keep records for every type of vehicle you can imagine, including steam. The Inspiration is 25 feet long, weighs 3 tons, and is powered by 12 steam boilers feeding a turbine engine. It reached a top speed of 148 miles per hour in 2009. In 2006, the JCB Diesel Max set the speed record for diesel-powered cars at 328 miles per hour, powered by 2 750 horsepower industrial diesel engines. The all-time land speed record is held by the Thrust SSC, powered by 2 Rolls-Royce jet engines pushing it beyond the speed of sound. If 2 engines are good, 4 must be better. The Showboat Dragster uses 4 Buick V8s to make 2,000 horsepower, with 2 engines powering the rear wheels and the other 2 powering the fronts. It was one of the first drag cars to require a parachute to slow down. Eventually, a custom fiberglass body was made for it, and the result looks like something a villain from a Saturday morning cartoon would drive. The racing world is filled with weird vehicles, from big rigs to whatever this is. Imagine if the roads were filled with cars that look like this. Or this.